tusimame pamoja kulinda uhuru na umoja wetu. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote tuimbe pamoja, kuenzi shikamano hatima yetu. Tujitoe wenyewe kupambana pamoja, uhuru na umoja vitawale. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote na tujibidishe kutoa kilicho bora kwa Afrika, chimbuko la wanadamu, chemchemi ya utamaduni, tumaini letu wakati wa mafarakano. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima.
Most welcome to Humanities TV Africa. You are watching us live here at Humanities TV Africa. My name is Kato Mukasa, Ugandan lawyer interested in issues, development, human rights, and of course, issues that touch most of us. We are here to be able to share knowledge, to learn from you as you learn from us, but also to show you things that you don't normally hear, see, or get on social media. In the studio is Hussein Baya. Hussein Baya is a Kenyan producer of our shows here at Humanities TV Africa. Humanities TV Africa is a registered charity that does media. We are in Uganda, Kenya. We are in Nigeria, Ghana. We are in Sierra Leone, Zambia, Zimbabwe, UK, and USA. Today, we want to encourage you to please subscribe to Humanities TV Africa. Please subscribe so that you can see this and more of our shows that are so educative that you don't need to miss. Today, this is part 4 of the 10 amazing facts about Africa. Part 4. And as you can see, I'm putting on the African shirt, the African t-shirt with the African map. This is Africa, and of course, we are going to be showcasing it today. Producer, you may be able to show this t-shirt I'm putting on, much more to show that I am talking about the things I do wear. This is Africa, as indicated here on the t-shirt. North Africa, East Africa, and then South Africa. Today, we're talking about the 10 amazing facts about Africa. Let us go into it. The 10 amazing facts about Africa. Now, look at these facts. I've summarized them here in writing. And of course, I'll be giving you a few other scenarios to show you how amazing Africa is. Let us look at them very briefly and very quickly. Now, Africa's map, as you can see, Africa's map right there is a map where you see a continent larger than most of the continents you hear about, but also less given the attention it should be given. Now, when you look at this second map here, this map shows you the etymology of Africa. This map shows you the etymology of Africa. Africa, when you zoom it, give me a minute there, it shows you each name of an African country has an origin, has a meaning. Take your time, look at that map. You're going to know amazing facts about African countries. For example, when you look at this map on the top, you will see Tunisia, named after the city Tunis. Morocco, named after the city Marrakesh. Algeria, named after the city Algiers. Libya, Greek word for Africa. Western Sahara, from west, plus the Sahara Desert. Niger, from Latin Niger, which means black. Mali, self-appellation of the Malinke people. Mauritania, from Latin Mauritius or the Mou. So Mauritania is got from the Mou. Senegal, from the Latin word molus, which also means move. Burkina Faso, the local languages meaning honest people, father's house. It means father's house or honest people staying in a father's house. Now, we see Gambia right there, named after the local river Badima. Ghana, named right there from the local word of a king. And of course, we see Benin from a local Ibinu, house of annoyance. Nigeria is named after the river Niger, from the Latin word Niger, which means black. Southern Sudan is named after an Arabic word, which is Birad R, which means a country of black people. Chad, named after Lake Chad, which means locally large body of water. Egypt, Egypt named from the Greek word Eops, which means the Nile. Libya, named after Greek word for Africa. Sudan, from Arabic Brau Sudan, which means the country of black people. Eritrea, named after Red Sea, Latin Mar. Central African Republic, it is named after the central from the Latin centrum, which means center. Africa, from Latin name Africus. Republic, from French, which means republic. So Ethiopia is named after the Greek word Ethiopia, which means land of black people. Democratic Republic of Congo is named after those French words, democratic. Republic of Congo, they named it. Uganda is named after the Ganda people. Rwanda is named after the Rwanda people. Burundi is named after the Rundi people. Malawi is named after a local word called Malawi, which means flames. Mozambique, named after the Sultan Muka Arbak. Zimbabwe, from the Bantu Zimba. And then Lesotho, named after the Soto people. Swaziland is named after the local chief Maswati, Maswatiland, which is right there. And of course, we have Madagascar there. Madagascar there is named after the city of the map after Madagascar. Yes, the city of Mogadishu, named after the city of Mogadishu. And of course, Tanzania. Tanzania is a plateau, named after a plateau of the country, named after Tanganyika. And of course, Zanzibar. Kenya is from a local word, Kerenyanga, which means white mount. And of course, Somalia there is named after Somali people, after the Somali people. Djibouti is not so certain with the origins there. And of course, Africa, I've been telling you, from the Latin Africas, describing Carthaginian territories from the earlier appellation after possibly from the Phoenician conquest there, which means dust or earth. And of course, we sing Guinea-Bissau, from Guinea, Baba Guinea, which also means black, city of black people, area of black people. And of course, Guinea, from the Baba Guinea, which also means black. Sierra Leone, from the Spanish name, which also means mountain, plus leon, which is a lion, the lions in a mountain. That is Sierra Leone. Liberia, from the Latin word to mean free land. Cote d'Ivoire, from a French word, which means ivory coast. And so many other. Namibia, for example, is named after local Namibia, where there is nothing, which means where there is nothing, because it was largely a desert. South Africa, of course, is named after that Germanic name, which of course are given the origin of the area where the country is seen. Thank you so much. I was giving you the etymology of countries found in Africa. Now, Africa, as you can see, we are very surrounded by the Indian Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, and of course, other areas. But what is unique with this map I'm showing you is the fact that Vasco da Gama in 1498, Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese sailor, found a sea route directly from Europe to India by going around Africa. You can see Vasco da Gama got a route from Europe to India by going around Africa. That's how they discovered Africa. That's how they went to India right from Europe. Now, the year was 1498. Vasco da Gama discovered this route. That you can actually go from Europe to India by going around Africa. Let us look at other images very fast, Baya. Of course, Africa. Other points to note in today's show is that northmost point is the mainland, which is in Tunisia, Ras Bin Sak in Tunisia. Southernmost point is in the mainland Africa, which is Cape Agath, which is in South Africa. The distance between the north tip and the southern tip is roughly 8,029 kilometers. Westernmost point is in mainland Africa is the Pont des Almadies, which is in Senegal. The easternmost point in mainland Africa is Ras Hafum, which is in Somalia. At its widest point, the continent is 7,491 kilometers. We are giving you facts that you don't get elsewhere about Africa. Africa's pole is inaccessibility near Obo Town in the trip point with Southern Sudan, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Central African Republic. The highest point in Africa is Mountain Kilimanjaro, which is in Tanzania, elevation at 5,895 meters high. It's also the highest freestanding mountain in Africa, but also in the world. The lowest point in Africa is Lake Asai, which is in Djibouti, elevation at 155 meters below sea level, 155 meters below sea level. And of course, the deepest hand-made hole, which is at Kimberley Diamond Mine in South Africa, and it's roughly 240 meters deep. You can imagine hand-made hole. It is in South Africa right there. Now, a driest place in the continent of Africa is Al Kufra, which is in Libya, and it receives about 0.8 millimeter of precipitation annually, and that is it. The hottest location based on year-around average temperature in Africa is in Danike Depression of Ethiopia. Thank you so much. They're moving very fast. Africa is a people with a map list of people. You can get us albinos, you can get us Caucasians, you can get us Asians, you can get us black people. These are the people in Africa. Africa, the Somalis, right there, the Sudanic people, the Asiatic people, the Afro-Arabic people. Remember, the Dinka and their Tutus, the Kemetic Egyptian history, all this can be seen when you dare to visit Africa. Africa has all these wild animals. Talk about them. They're in Africa. The cheetahs, chimpanzees, the gorillas. They are animals we will never find elsewhere in the world, but we will find them in Africa. The elephants, and of course the lions, and all this. Africa is a destination for the best wildlife. The River Nile, one of the longest rivers in the world, is also seen in Africa. One of the longest rivers in the world is also seen in Africa. We have the best trees, the best environment, the best beaches, the best coastlines. All this can be found in Mother Africa. Africa, as it is, one of the best continents in the world, which we are here to share with you and tell you, yes, why not visit Africa and see this with your naked eyes. You have the best temperature in the world, the best weather in the world, 24/7, 12 months a year. The weather in Africa is beautiful. So how about you visiting Africa and see this with your naked eyes? Thank you so much for subscribing to Humans TV Africa. Please continue subscribing to Humans TV Africa and continue watching these and more of our shows. See you in the next one.